Hello there, welcome to Alvarez's Diecast Customs. Today we're going to be working on this Ford Torino Talladega. It's a pretty cool looking little car. Not too keen on the fire sort of designs on it, but the red paint, really like it overall. Just sits really nicely as well. So let's just take a closer look at him. Yeah, really like this one. This has been sort of anticipated by a few of my viewers as well. They've really been looking forward to this one since I teased it a few videos ago. It's got a chrome base, which is made of plastic. I've also taken the time to drill the posts out on this one. Start off with a 5mm drill bit, then work down to a 2mm. I like to use these 5mm self-tapping screws to put into the base. Just take them apart. Yeah, there you can see the posts have already been drilled out and pre-tapped with those screws. There's our window piece. Just the sort we like. Perfectly clear plastic. There's our interior. Quite nicely detailed on the seats there. Bit simple on the dash, but overall pretty good. That damn chrome interior that they like to chuck on a lot of these things. It's a bit intense, so we'll be toning that down. Just clip these wheels out, just so to use these side cutters. Just clip off one of the little teeth that hold them in. You can pull them straight out. There we go. So these wheels we will not be keeping with it. Do away with them. Let's get on to stripping the paint now. So it's been in the stripper already. Popped it in a pot of it for about an hour. Then run it under a tap and use an old toothbrush to scrape the remaining bits of the paint off. Came off quite nicely on this one. And yep, we'll be taking those wheel pieces away. Get rid of them. I'll be using these Real Riders. Pretty cool looking things. Got Kragers, I think they're called. As you can see, as they fit into the chassis with the standard axles they come with, far too long. So I'm going to have to make up my own axles for this. So yeah, just test fitting it, just seeing how they look with the body. Seeing how I like the look of it. So yeah, definitely happy with that. But those axles are going to need some looking at. Yeah, I always like to test fit my builds. Do it frequently throughout the process of the custom, just to make sure everything's coming together and it's all fitting properly. It's nothing worse than just throwing it all together and then finding out the wheels don't turn. I always try and make my wheels turn on my customs. It's one of the basic things I feel they should do. I'm just filing it down some of the casting lines on the body. It's actually a pretty damn good casting on this one, very clean. So used to Hot Wheels just having massive casting lines over the roofs and things, but this one, literally nothing. Such a clean casting. If only they were all like that. So we've gone and painted it already. I've done it in this metallic purple. This is directly out of a spray can. I initially primered it and then went over with the spray purple. Also just painted the base as well with a matte black straight out of a spray can. And the interior just got hit with a primer coat from a spray can. Already taken the time to make the axles up on here. You can see a link up in the top right there. That'll show you exactly how I went about making these on a previous video. I also turned the tyres on the other way round because I don't want the yellow sidewalls on them. Doesn't really go with the colour. So I'm just going to go around and add a little detail to the body on this with some silver paint. Just picking out the little indicator lights and the door handles. I like to use Revell paints for brush painting and Tamiya's also. I'll also be painting in the front and rear bumpers on this as well, along with the headlights and tail lights. It's just a good base colour to work with. So we just go around this quickly with that. And there we go, that's all that done on the front and rear. I also did a little bit of detailing on the rear axle there. I just add some more of it, just with a silver Sharpie. Bit cleaner to use, I find, than using a brush on these little details on the bottom. It's easier to get a neater line on them. Just be using the bronze pen as well, just to highlight the fuel tank. And also the gearbox. You can see there's quite a bit of detail on the chassis of that one. I'll just be painting the interior on this. I like to use these Vallejo as Azure paint. I'm not sure, can't remember. Either way, it's just sort of a light blue. Thought that contrasted quite well with the purple. So we'll just slap that on the interior. There's that. Also, not forgetting, as you can notice when I put the interior on, you can see the footwell bits. Need to paint those in as well, the interior colour. Just these little details. It's always good to pick up on them. Just pulls the whole thing together when you do them. There we go. I also wanted to highlight some of the silver trim on the body on this one, so I'll just be using this Molotow chrome pen. Just be highlighting the window sills on here with the chrome. I like to use the helping hands to steady the body. It's always more suitable for me because I do get quite shaky hands at times trying to use these sort of things. And the last thing I want is a wobbly sill on the windows of these. So yeah, just take my time with this. Going around the whole body of it. Doing the front, sides and rear. I also did around the wheels, wheel arches there, and just around the tail, where the tail lights sit. Now back to the base. I'll just be filling in the red tail lights on this using some Tamiya clear. I'll literally just be using a toothpick to place it into the sort of crevice that it sits into. I like to let it pull up a little bit. Gives quite a realistic look to it when you do it like that. There we go. Let that sit down and dry for a while. And here's my favourite Citadel Known oil. Use this for pretty much every single one of my customs. Just be slapping all this over the interior just to give a bit of depth to it. Just highlights a lot of the details that you would normally cover up with paint. Lord knows what I would do without this Citadel Known oil, to be honest. I use it on all of my customs. Probably lose my shit if they ever sold out of it and stopped producing it. So yep, just using that chrome pen again, just around on the tail lights and on the bumper. You can see neating it up with the chrome pen around those lights just really makes them pop. And also doing the front bumper as well. Takes absolutely forever for this chrome pen to dry. I think it's still soft even after a couple of days. I'll be really careful with it. So, we can start putting this thing back together now. There's our window piece. I just quickly highlighted the windscreen wipers there with the chrome pen. There's our interior piece after the Known oil treatment. I also took the effort of just painting in the wheel wells on that in black, because you do see them through the wheels. So it's just one of those small details again that I like to go into. There's our chassis piece. I gave that a hit of Known Oil as well. It's our front piece. Painted the headlights in white just to make them pop a little bit more. And there's our tail. I've avoided taking the time to glue the wheels in as well with those new axles I made up, just to keep them easier to deal with. I did clear coat the body after this as well. There's those screws I like to use. They're 5mm self-tapping screws. I bought a bag of like 500 of the things off eBay. Cost a couple of pounds. They'd last me for ages, they will. Such great value for what they are. They're so convenient to use. So, before I reveal it, let's take a look at what we started with. So yeah, pretty damn cool looking car to begin with. Just not really feeling the flames down the side of it. It's quite cheesy, but the red paint overall is really nice. So let's see what we come up with this one. There we go. Very pleased with how this one came out. Quite a simple custom really, just a body respray and some nice new wheels. But just a really good stock look to it, I found. Just makes it sit really realistically. Very pleased with it. Let's just take a closer look at him on the mat. Yeah, beautiful clear coat on this one. Very happy with how this one came out. Very shiny, very smooth. That purple paint is just beautiful. One of my favourite colours of my collections that I've got. And I think the blue paint for the interior makes it really go well. So it adds a bit of contrast to it. Some great chassis details as well. Yep, came together very nicely this one. Very pleased with it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of it, if there's anything else you'd like to see changed on it, or just what you'd like to see in the future on some of my other builds. So let's just take a closer look at what we'll be dealing with next time. It'll be this Hot Wheels 70s Toyota Celica. This will actually be part of Deep Junk Garage's challenge, where he's challenged a bunch of YouTubers like me to do a race car. And this will be up on the Saturday, March the 28th. So yep, definitely keep an eye out for that one, guys. Got a few plans with this one already. And you also notice I didn't have any of the goddesses in today's video. They are in self-isolation due to this coronavirus. So yeah, hopefully they'll be back next week for that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.